I need to congratulate Alex Rodriguez. I need to congratulate Arod because he has officially reached the point of no return in that character arc. From teen hero to baggy villain to reconciled broadcaster to cringiest dude on the planet. Man, this guy has done it all. He's reinvented himself 1,000 times, but he's gone now. Now he's gone. He's far gone. And I don't see how he comes back. I mean, I never thought he'd come back from being the bag that he was, but somehow he did. The guy was that slick. He did make it back. But this, I don't see how he makes it back from this. I don't see the roadmap. Listen, his relationship with J-Lo is his business. If he's happy, hell, even if he's not happy, I don't care at all. I'm not digging around the checkout stands for gossip rags to keep up with these two. I don't care. But that actually is my biggest problem. My biggest problem with A-Lo or J-Rod or whatever the hell they're calling themselves is I'm not looking for them, but I can't stop finding them everywhere. And last night was peak baggery for this wannabe power couple. That meme that you've seen plastered all over the internet today of Arod looking at his phone and making that stupid face like he's choking on a sour warhead is from last night's MTV Video Music Awards. The guy was in the crowd filming his girlfriend perform on his personal blower, despite the fact that it was being taped and recorded by about 1,000 professional cameras. But Arod knew that one of those 1,000 cameras was going to be on him, so he had to go all A-bag with it. And then oversell the entire thing. Overact, oversell, overproject, the entire thing. Which he did to the nth degree of Arod. And the entire charade of acting like the most involved boyfriend of all time came after he joined the paparazzi on the red carpet to take pictures of J-Lo. I mean, what is this guy's deal? Either he's getting paid to document her in public, or he's extremely worried that you might forget that he's with her. Because no one loves being seen with Jenny from the block quite like A-Bag. I'm here to tell you, dude, we get it. We get it. We know you're dating. We can't not see it. It's everywhere. We've seen the Instagram couples workout vids. We've seen the carpool karaoke. We've seen the beach photos. We're good now. We get it. Problem is, it's not just thirsty A-Rod. She's just as bad. And last night, after she accepted her award for who the hell knows what, she gave a speech partially dedicated to her new man.
You're like my twin soul. We're like mirror images of each other. You know, my life is sweeter and better with you in it because you make me realize that every day the sky is not the limit. The universe is infinite, and so is what we can accomplish together with love and trust and understanding.
Like the kids say, cringy. You're my twin soul. We're mirror images of each other. I'm telling you, man, this dude loves getting nice with mirrors, so that should work out fine. That's good. The audio is bad. The audio is bad. You just heard it. The audio is bad. But the video of Arod fighting back tears is enough for me to finally just concede this entire thing. Y'all win. You two win. You guys win. The world is your rom-com. We're all just extras, happy to be here. Keep posting workout videos. Keep giving speeches about how the universe is infinite, and so is your love. And we'll all pretend like one of you is not trying to get back at Mark Anthony, and the other one isn't trying to somehow rework that image as Hall of Fame approved. Can't get away from it. We get it. You're together. We understand. Man, this guy came so close. This guy nearly pulled off the impossible. From Hall of Famer to Hall of Fame bag to a guy that we actually liked again, respected again. And all because he showed up on TV and dropped some baseball insight. Man, you had it. Had it, A-Bag. My man overshot his landing. Overshot his landing. From A-Rod to A-Fraud to A-Bag to A-Rod to whatever the hell they are now. Just stop. Let's go to the phones. First stop today, Minnesota. Van in Minnesota. It's good to have you, Van. Good morning.
Jim, hello. First time, very long time. You're the emperor.
It's good to have you, Van. What's up?
Thank you for taking my call. Yes, the Ohio State situation. They have a history of winning at all costs. If we go back to Woody Hayes, I'm a senior citizen. I remember this creepy old guy. He got away with everything over there. It took him to leave the coaching area, run into the football area, and tackle an opposing player to get him fired. I swear, with this coach, they'd have to find a knife with blood dripping in order to get rid of Urban Meyer. They're a horrible bunch, and this is not going to sit well. When you start condoning guys that beat up their wives, sayonara. As far as A-Rod, yeah, he was a fraud. Then we kind of liked him, like you said. But this love affair, the only thing it has to do with Romeo and Juliet is we want to do a mutual suicide every time we see those two together.
My man, Van, a senior citizen with takes for days. Nice job, Van. No, you don't. Hey, Rome, leave A-Rod alone. We think he is so cute. Signed, shared social media and email accounts. John in Huntington Beach, that is such a bad look. Do you have a shared email account with your significant other? Show of hands, please. There is no Jim and Janet at gmail.com, nor will there ever be Mr. and Mrs. Smack at gmail.com. There's none of that. War A-Bag's creepy laugh track. Turd Burglar 86. Jim, leave A-Rod and Jenny alone. It's a beautiful relationship. Jenny's speech brought me to tears. Signed, that loser that calls and cries every time.
War,
now you can, Alvin.
And War Jordan.
Hey, David, that's a bad Twitter handle. That's not going to win you anything. I have no idea who the hell this guy is. I don't know where he had been. I don't know where he came from. We find out. Jeff in Southfield. Jeff, brother, what's going on?
Thank you for the vine, Jim. I cannot thank you enough for honoring my first call with a golden ticket. I will die with that golden ticket in my cold, dead hands before anyone rips it from me. Since I'm so far from Socal, I wonder if you could, for the time being, give it to Brad in Corona. Since he has so much extra room in his banana hammock, he can store it down there for me. There it can reside all year as a reminder that I will be ripping his junk in Smack Off 25. I also want to thank Adam Hawk for saving my ass. My original wording for Mike and Chael wrestling was not appropriate for CBS radio, and Hawk rightfully and thankfully forced me to rewrite it. He deserves the highest commendation, Jim. And that he can run his post while high makes him not only a tip-top executive producer, it makes him a stoner hero. As for the rest of the crew, I can only tell by what I see on television. So when they stop filming that Revenge of the Nerd sequel in your studio, I hope you'll introduce us to the rest of the XR4 Ti. But seriously, Jim, may I suggest renaming the current crew the Tri-Lambs? As long as we're saying things that will never, ever, ever be said again, like Hawk did his job well, let me also say how thankful I am that Josh in Detroit called the day of my call. How does it feel, Josh, to spend day after day after day on hold all day, repeatedly begging for a golden ticket, only to watch me rip one in my first call, and while you were on hold? Josh, when you go to work tomorrow at that low-rent strip mall with the pawn shop and the Cobra Kai dojo, I don't know if the sign you'll be spinning says Shoe Fixers or Halloween USA, but like your life, that doesn't matter. What matters is you understanding that all those cars passing you by while your life sits still are me, Josh. They're all me. Face it, Josh, Special Ed from Crank Yankers has a better chance of getting a golden ticket by calling and saying, "Hey, lady, can I have a golden ticket?"
That's not a good call. No.
You don't like that call.
I don't like that call. Not a very good call.
Special ed smack? So if I run a guy in his second call and he wins the golden ticket in the first call, do I rip the golden ticket from him? That's a tough call, given how good that first call was. But you're only as good as your last call. Jeff, you got to earn that thing back. The ticket is mine. What are you going to do? If you've got a golden ticket and then you chase that by getting run, you lose the golden ticket. In Socal. Hey, Jeff, what's up?
Rome, just a heads up, it is playoff time for the WNBA, but that's not why I'm calling today, unfortunately. I want to call in about the Ohio State situation. It's ugly. They have to fire Herb. It's unacceptable. They can't keep him. But I think their biggest concern is who could possibly replace him. Well, Jim, they're in luck, because the country has just been recently introduced to one Coach John Brown from Last Chance U, Season 3 on Netflix. Have you caught this guy's rap yet, Rome? He's about 6'2", 300 pounds, born and raised in Compton, California, and he's white. He's coaching in Independence, Kansas at a junior college. And why would he fit the Ohio State mold? Well, let me give you his qualifications. Jim, he F-bombs every other word. I mean, if you took a sip of Bud Light every time he dropped an F-bomb, you would be blacked out by minute 30 of episode 1. In one episode, he refers to 6 of his players as F-sticks. Yes, that's right, F-sticks. He constantly reminds the staff and players about his beach house in California and his collection of 2 Cadillacs on a very regular basis. Side note, Rome, in one episode, he tries to get insurance for his Cadillacs, and the lady reminds him he has 3 moving violations in the last year. He drops an F-bomb on her, too. He does all of his on-camera interviews from a hot tub while sipping Hennessy and smoking a cigar. In one game, he fights his quarterback, his lineman, his offensive coordinator, and a security guard. And, Jim, he was fired from his previous coaching role for choking out the head coach. He's perfect for Buckeye Nation. In closing, Rome, going back to Smack Off real quick, my favorite part was Kyle in Green Bay posting a pic of him and Caleb with the caption, "This is going to break Twitter." Kyle, the only thing you and Caleb can break is a scale if you step on it. War Coliseum fight.
That's not a good call. No.
You don't like that call.
Hey, Jeff, I never thought that I would say this, man. Just stick to the WNBA. Just stick to your brand. Stick for what you're known for. Stick to the WNBA. We go to Nocal. Victor. Hey, Vic, what's up?
Romy, long time no talk, brother. Hey, one last thing I want to mention about the Smack Off really quick, and that is the date of this year's Smack Off. What was it, July 20th? I mean, damn, Rome, I'm old enough to remember when the Smack Off was traditionally held on Good Friday every year. You know what day Good Friday fell on this year? March 30th. March 30th. July 20th, March 30th. I mean, at the rate we're going, Rome, pretty soon the Smack Off is going to fall on Black Friday, and I'm going to have to make my traditional Smack Off Eve call in between the first and second quarter of the Detroit Lions versus Chicago Bears Thanksgiving game. Romy, for the monumental 25th Smack Off next year, can we roll up the date a bit? You know, that's going to accomplish 2 things. 1, it'll get us somewhat back on the original calendar, and 2, it's going to cut down on the number of months I have to wait before I reclaim my title. I came close this year. Next year, I'm finishing the job. Rome, I want to get an unwar in, and that is unwar the tool I saw yesterday out on the street, walking around with, get this, man, skiing poles. Skiing poles. Have you ever witnessed this phenomenon, Rome? This old guy walking around on the street with, like, knee pads and skiing poles. Hey, Gramps, you're on Main Street and 7th Avenue, okay? It's not chairlift number 9 at Snow Summit. Lose the skiing poles, dork. And finally, Rome, speaking of next year's Smack Off, Jesus, what a disaster that second call from Jeff in Southland was today. The Godfather Part 3 thinks that was an awful sequel. Robert Griffin III thinks Jeff in Southland is in a bit of a sophomore slump. I mean, from newly minted Jungle Darling, mentioned in the same breath as legendary first-time calls like J.D. in Nashville, Shimon, and Willie and Casey's, Cablinasian, the Friendly Ghost, Giddy Up, Horseface, to now stuck in the mud with scrubs like Jesus from Chicago. I mean, what a fall from grace, man. That's got to be the worst collapse since Hank Gathers. Give me my master bill.
That's not a good call. No.
You don't like that call.
I don't like that call. Not a very good call.
Hawk, do you know who Hank Gathers was? Terrible story. Vic, asinine reference. Vic, you know you had it. You obviously don't want to win it. You know you don't want to win it. Hank Gathers, Loyola Marymount, collapsed and died in a game. It was horrible. Horrible. Anyway, Vic, I was about to give you the smoker. I was actually even happy to give you the smoker, despite the horrible quality of your phone line. And then you go with that. You don't win.